everyone, welcome to the Creative Industries Podcast at Super Jam. We've just had a shelf session with Lucy B. Welcome. Got with us today. Lucy, thanks for joining us. How are you doing?
Hello, good, thank you. I just cheered myself. I'm not sure.
What was your reaction to performing at Super Jam today? How did you feel it went?
It was so fun. I didn't really know what to expect, to be honest, but when I saw the room, it was all quite cozy and not as intimidating as I had pictured in my head. Everyone's been really lovely and welcoming.
What was it pictured in your head like?
A massive stage.
Surgically clean.
Yeah. I liked that you had all like the famous shelf and all the carpet and the rug, and it's just really cute and made me feel comfortable. Saying that, I was cozy. Cozy vibes, but I was a little bit nervous.
Okay, well, thanks for performing with us. That's magic, and I'm glad that overall it kind of felt like a positive experience. Mm-hmm. We've got some students with us as well. We've got Lily,
hi.
We've got Cody in the background. We've got Owen. Thanks. What was your reaction to that?
That was, I love it. It was beautiful. Beautiful music, and even with all like the lights and the way it was all like set it up, it was absolutely beautiful.
And Taylor, like that kind of setup between the songs and chat, is that something you practice over a long time?
Yeah, that's my favourite bit of performing. So I love performing live and I like going to gigs myself, and I think there's nothing worse than when a band just plays song. For me, when you go to a live space, it's this unique performance, and not every performance is the same, and like interacting with the audience is like, I think it's probably what I'm best at and also what I enjoy most. Sometimes I have to remind myself, you are a musician, play some songs. And I come off stage sometimes and people are like, oh, you should do stand-up, you're funny. I'm like, no, but you think I'm funny because you're not expecting me to be funny. Stand-up would terrify me, but just a little bit. Yeah.
At least with music, like you do your thing and you get host, but they're in stand-up, there's this barometer. People aren't laughing.
Yeah.
Oh,
you have to hit that goal.
No, thank you.
Pressure.
No.
Yeah.
Wow. But yeah, I thought that was a big part of it, telling the story of the songs and setting up, and obviously you guys enjoyed it as well.
Definitely.
And I said, you guys can jump in with any questions or thoughts at any point in this podcast as well.
That girl code though, so reminds me of Love Island. I actually watch it, and I, funny enough, do a reality TV review podcast.
No way.
Well, I'm kind of taking a bit of a break from it for now, but that will be coming back potentially some point next year if we get better as well.
Speaking of Love Island, I have had a couple of tracks been played on Love Island, believe it or not.
Oh my god, wow.
Yeah.
Which ones have Love Island?
Ooh.
God, it was like a few years ago. I'm trying to think of the songs now. Well, I got really excited because a song of mine called Gold, the instrumental got played, and I thought, like, I've got to milk this because I thought that was it, and you wouldn't have even heard it because I
remember hearing.
No, well, you would. Well, that was an instrumental. I would say 2021, I think, and then I had two more tracks as well.
I didn't actually watch it, but I was sort of following the stuff.
There you go.
So was that because when you done your release, you released an instrumental with that, or did they ask for that when you have to edit it and send it? How did that come about?
So I'd like to tell you that, I just got scouted. However, I have a friend who was actually working on the show. She's a music supervisor.
Cool.
So it was very lucky that I just kind of said to her, like, it's my dream. A bit sad, really. It's one of my dreams is to get my music played on Love Island.
Pick you up for
Thank you. Well, you've got to put yourself out there and ask for things. And the worst thing, like, she could just say no, and that's fine.
Yeah.
So, but
He's got the energy today.
Remember to breathe on.
Oh, I love Amy Winehouse.
That is amazing though to get on that. That's cool. And although that sounds like you were like, oh, I kind of knew the person, but it's probably years of like your experience and kind of working hard on gigging and busking and putting out music that got you to meet that person in a way. I'm guessing. Maybe,
Yeah,
I don't know.
well,
Yeah.
I used to be such a shy person, like a young person growing up. I was really shy, and then when I knew that I wanted to do music, I just know that opportunities don't really come to you. You have to go and grab them. So I just became quite ballsy and just ask for things, and sometimes people say yes.
Yeah, that's
So,
great. I think and when you ask for things, when you don't get it or like get like knocked back,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
just ask the next thing or the next.
Yeah, it's fine.
Just not stopping after like. It's
Yes.
awesome. I think that's a big fear that people have. I definitely had it when I was younger. It's like the fear of rejection and stuff, but. The truth is, it almost doesn't matter. It's just sometimes it becomes a bit of a numbers game. The more
It
you
happens,
do,
yeah.
eventually someone's going to say yes.
Yeah,
pretty much,
it's very true. Yeah.
It definitely happens because obviously I'm 18 and it's happened to me now and then with music and stuff. But with it happening, it could happen now and then. So, like, obviously, you don't want to get upset because it can easily happen. You don't know when it happens, but now and then, if you tried something and you've asked and they don't say no, obviously you've tried, you've let them know that you want to do that thing, and maybe you may be able to do it next time.
Yeah, and not every opportunity is right for you. So I auditioned for the X Factor many times and camped overnight, and looking back, I was like, I think I was 15, maybe even 14 when they lowered the age, auditioning for the X Factor, and I look back and I think, thank God I wasn't put forward because I wasn't good at that point. So and now the idea of going on that show would just terrify me. It's just not right for me. So the right opportunities will come by you.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And think about some of your songs at the gig today. A few places were mentioned in one of the songs, and then the last song was about your move recently to Kent by the seaside.
Yes.
And it sounds like focusing where your heart is right now.
Very
But
much.
is there any places you've been to along the way? You said you're like about 10 years in London, and it sounds like many ups and downs. We can maybe talk about London. Is there
Yeah.
any places before London that you particularly enjoyed as well?
Yeah, so I'm from Worcestershire, which is south of Birmingham. And like I say in that song, so the song is called Places and People. And I said, I was never a fan of my hometown, but I wouldn't trade my roots. And I went to uni in Carlisle, which is quite a small university, the University of Cumbria. And yeah, I don't think I really appreciated it for what it was at the time. I didn't really go exploring all this like amazing nature. And now when you get older, you think, oh my God, I lived there. I should really go back. And whenever I've done a gig, I did a solo acoustic tour a couple of years ago, and I went back to Carlisle, and it was really nostalgic. And I don't mention this in the song, but one place that I got to go to last year was South Korea.
My friend's favourite.
Yeah, so I took part in the Buskers World Cup, would you imagine? Yeah, yes. And it took me to South Korea, so that was a really cool place. I got to go through music as well.
So yeah, music can take you places you might not expect as well.
Yeah.
And speaking of busking, that is something
Oh,
I
yeah.
can really talk about, because it's something I can imagine some of our students doing a bit more in
Oh, yeah.
future. And some of them have taken part in sort of similar to busking at the Canterbury Christmas market.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
on
nice.
the stage there.
It happened not long ago.
I was researching online. A bit of your story mentions how you were busking in London.
Yes.
And that was a big part of kind of how you started to build up your kind of career as an artist. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
So yeah, I moved to London after uni basically, and the idea was for me to do music. I just kind of thought that you had to be in London to do music, which is not true. Save yourself money. It's actually much easier to kind of build a following in your hometown and then, move, whatever. So yeah, I got a job in a coffee shop. And then 6 months in, I just thought, I haven't actually done anything to do with music. And there was a busking competition that you could just take part and use like all of their gear. And you were like busking for votes. And I didn't get anywhere in the competition, but I met so many other musicians that say, oh, do you do this as a job? And I was like, is that a thing? Can I do that? And it inspired me to then, when the competition ended, to just get an amp, a microphone, and the setup, and I started busking at Borough Market. And over the years, I just auditioned for more and more licenses. It's quite difficult to busk in London because there's so many licenses you have to have, and they make it quite difficult to get them. And then, I was busking for years and years, maybe 7 years or something. And the kind of hope is always that someone might walk past you. And in London, there's a lot of influential people that could. And that happened to me at Charing Cross Station. Now, you guys might not know who this is, but a guy called Jeremy Vine.
Jeremy Vine!
Yeah!
Oh, he does.
Former Radio 2 presenter.
Current. He's on every day.
Radio 2.
Dad's favourite radio station.
Really?
Yeah.
Jeremy.
Oh, this is a great reaction.
Channel 4, Channel 5. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Seriously, big him.
Oh, that is the best reaction I could have hoped for. I thought you'd be like, who's that?
I know Jeremy Vine is.
So he saw me busking, and then again, like he tweeted about me, and I could have just taken that opportunity as like, oh, that was nice.
Oh, wow.
But I actually slid into his DMs, and I was like, hey, Jeremy, you've got a Radio 2 show. Can I?
Count me on.
Yeah, can I send you some music? Thinking again, he would say no, and that would be fine. And he messaged back saying, yeah, send it over. Next week, he played one of my songs on the radio.
Well,
And then he invited me in to do a live session.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
And then
Yeah.
when he had been at Wogan House.
Yeah. Yeah.
R.I.P.
Yeah, that's where it was.
He will still live on in their hearts. Like,
Absolutely.
seriously.
so how was it preparing for that live session?
Oh, terrifying. Yeah, it's well, it was quite a nice like, honestly, the studio was about similar size to this, so it wasn't that intimidating if you just ignore the fact that like millions of people are listening. But on the back of that, like, Jeremy is so nice, and he made me feel really comfortable. And I remember leaving, and I just thought it was a dream. And I went into a coffee shop, opened my laptop, and I had 500 orders of my CD.
Oh my god. Wow.
I was like, I made it!
Over.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
So
My daughter's just dropped.
yeah. So people listen to Radio 2, you know, and
must have felt
Wow.
like a kid in a sweet.
I didn't know what to do with myself. Well, it was really weird celebrating in this coffee shop that no one knew that what I was doing. I was, oh.
Like, finally, I'm going to treat myself to that new guitar.
That's a new guitar. And I'm like, I'm ready for it.
Can I ask which coffee shop was it?
Oh, whatever was opposite. I think it was a Pret.
Oh,
Ooh.
Yeah.
it was that
Fancy.
not, cafe.
Well, I wasn't really paying attention. I just sat down.
If it was
amazing.
Cafe Nero's, I would have probably actually burst on with
Is your Owen's Weekly impression?
Can't stop laughing now.
So that is phenomenal though. So if say we've got a student listening to this who want to start busking,
Yeah.
maybe they've got a few originals under their belt or a few like covers.
Definitely, yeah.
What was it like when you first started busking? Apart from that competition,
Yeah. It was it was scary, like, because it can be scary. It's always, even to this day, I don't really busk that much. It's like one-offs now, but I busked last week in King's Cross, and it's always like the first note that comes out of because you're just like setting up in a random place, and then it's quite scary to just go, I'm gonna make noise now. But the more you do it, it's a great experience to practice live, because if anything, you're being paid to practice, because practicing in your bedroom is quite boring, isn't it? So if you can practice to playing live to an audience, whether there is one or not, it's just very different in public. And you can make some money. I'm pretty sure in Canterbury there's no busking restrictions. So I don't think you need a license. I might be wrong. It might have to be unamplified, but I've got friends that busk in the area. It's a great experience, and you will meet people. And the one thing I will say, it is very good character building.
Okay.
You meet some interesting people on the street. Yeah.
Yeah, amazing. So the move to Folkestone has been a big part of this story for you, and it sounds like from a song inspired as well. Do you want to tell us a little bit about that song? Because it's a beautiful moment in the set.
Yeah.
And I think we're based in Kent. A lot of us are in this sort of area too, or along the coast, or in Canterbury, or kind of in this sort of part, East Kent. So, loving hearing East Kent getting on the show. So Folkestone specifically, though. Tell us a little bit about that. How has that been for you?
Yeah, I loved living in London. Well, I had like an on-off relationship with it, to be honest. There was times where I was like, yeah, this is amazing. And then other times where you're just struggling to really make ends meet, to be honest. And I just decided after, 9.5 years I lived there, I just thought, I did a gig in Folkestone and I stayed overnight. It was a little plug to myself. It was supporting Tony Hadley. I don't know if anyone's heard of Tony Hadley. He's the lead singer of Spandau Ballet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the one.
There you go.
So I was taking the mic for the blonde.
So I did that gig supporting him, and I stayed overnight. And I just walked around Folkestone. It helped. It was a nice sunny day, which, doesn't really happen that often in this part of the world. And I just fell in love. And I said, at some point, I would like to move to Folkestone. And then 2 years later, it happened. We just me and my boyfriend, we just decided to move. And it is the best thing that I've ever done. The song I Moved to the Beach, I've just recently recorded, and it's all about that kind of move. And the line in the song is, the music will find me. And it was this realization that it doesn't matter where I am, I will always do music. And actually I've built so many more real, authentic connections by gigging in Folkestone. I host this regular music event called Lucy May Walker's Writers Round. I kind of knew when I moved that I'd like to do an event like that, and I went into this amazing venue called the Music Workshop in Folkestone, and it wasn't until I got there I was like, right, I want to do it here. And I told the guy, I was like, I've been thinking I'd like to do a music event here. I explained it's a gig in the round. My friend Charlotte Campbell hosts one in London, so it's basically inspired by that. And next month, so from April, I moved in February, started that in April, and sold the first 3 out. I now have like quite a big following who will just buy tickets, whoever's on the lineup. And yeah, it's my favourite thing. It's like, it's all I live for, really. It's a bit pathetic, but yeah.
Music's a great thing to live for.
Yeah,
definitely.
Tell us a little college around it.
Well, yeah, sorry. I didn't mean you're pathetic.
We get it.
Yeah.
Well, just before we wrap things up, is there anything any of the students you're helping with this podcast want to chat about or ask or anything like that or mention?
I like how, obviously, when you said you went on the radio station, for myself, I was nearly offered to sing on a radio station before. I have a friend named Sam who lives in Canterbury here, and his name is his music called Sam Brothers.
Oh,
and,
I know him. He's played my writers round.
Oh, God.
I went to South Korea with him as well. There you go.
Oh my God, yeah.
Tell me more.
He came down to my neighbourhood, and he came into my neighbourhood to play, and we started chatting, and we got to know each other, and we were kind of friends. And he had a friend who has his own music business. He's a country singer.
Yeah.
And he actually was talking to me and offered that if I wanted to come over and sing on the Faversham radio.
Amazing.
I was like, oh my God, that would be absolutely amazing. Obviously, I've got to figure out with Mum, but I haven't done it. I was going to do it maybe soon if I'm able to. But yeah, he offered me to do it, and I was like, I was nearly about to cry, but like because I've been singing my whole life from when I was like little to now.
Yeah.
And obviously getting that opportunity, but also meeting Sam, it was really like a
It's
great
all about
opportunity.
who you meet, and take those opportunities because they're quite hard to come by. So it might feel scary, but once you've got one under wraps, you'll be like, right, who's next? Radio 2?
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah, and even doing like you said, apparently, the Jeremy Vine studio was a little bit like this.
Yeah, honestly,
yeah.
I
Stuff
still
like this
cannot
about.
believe that. You've done stuff for Radio 2 and Jeremy Vine. Like,
Amazing.
seriously.
I don't want to blow your mind, but I also played his TV show on Channel 5. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Also, I can see you on
Damn.
BBC Radio 6, which is nice.
Yeah. Oh, really? Oh, cool. Yeah.
Favorite station. listens to
Tom Robinson.
God.
it. Tom Robinson seems like a total legend.
Yeah.
One of my chats.
Oh, amazing.
Oh, wow.
6 a.m. in the morning. when-
Yes, same. That was the thing. It's one of those things that is really exciting to say, but
Mr. David Maitland, aka Craigie.
Okay, good.
I was waiting for you to tell us. Like, what?
We're going to wrap things up soon, so I know Lucy's got other
Yeah.
stuff to do, and you guys have got I heard
Well,
macaroni
done,
cheese
yeah.
being made downstairs.
By Marcel.
I know.
Macaroni cheese.
I wish I had a sound effect for macaroni cheese.
Macaroni cheese.
There you go.
All right.
So I'm going to put you on the spot here, but there's
Okay.
one question we always ask our guests. We have a few, but I'm going to wrap up with this one. Is there any funny or
Oh.
fail moment that you want to share that looking back on is like, oh my god, but also you can laugh
God.
at it now kind of thing? Or even is this a minor thing that went
Do you
wrong?
know there's probably been so many that I'm like struggling to think of one. A fail.
Like, was it maybe when you were busking?
Oh yes, yeah. I'm like, which one? Well, it's not a massive fail, but I mean, I don't really get that embarrassed easily. But maybe this is embarrassing for other people. But I once went busking in Borough Market, and it took me 45 minutes to get there. Basically, when you live in London, it still takes you about an hour to go to anywhere, each side of the river. But I got to Borough Market and I started setting up to busk. And it takes, 10, 15 minutes to set up with all your stuff and your card reading, make sure everything's working. And I then started getting this crowd and I thought, okay, here we go, this is going to be amazing. And I turned my amp on and then just nothing was working. And you're just like, right, okay, I can do this. And I think it was the leads. So at this point, people are just like staring at me and I'm just trying to think, surely something will work. You're looking in your bag for spares. And then I had to just pack up. So, I mean, it's not the best story, but it's just like, I must have looked insane, just going somewhere, getting all my stuff for 15 minutes to just stand there, go, hello, 1 2 1 2 into a microphone that doesn't work, and then packing all my stuff and leaving. So there you go. That's a little fail. But again, there's always lessons in the failures. Always take spare leads.
Which I noticed you did today to the gig where you're spare mic.
Yes.
until time.
Yes.
That's a good lesson for any
So handy.
Bring backup stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, amazing.
Yeah.
Well, I want to say thank you so much for joining us
Thank
on
you.
our Creative Industries podcast at Soup Jam. We've listened to Lucy, May Walker, we've also had Lily, we
Hey.
have we've had
Hey.
Owen and Cody in our live buddies helping us out. Round of applause, thanks so much.
Thanks, guys.